What is up? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you guys. What's going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock Central Time, of course, is when the show starts. We are about to get into Secret Invasion. We're going to talk about that. We gotta move this around a little bit. Jeez. We want to talk about Secret Invasion. We're going to also talk about first, what we're gonna do is talk about the new Superman Legacy casting announcements. We're gonna talk about that, and we're also gonna talk about the petition that I launched on the other day. So we're gonna gotta get into all of that. You already know how we do it. And of course, I'm going to be talking about episode 4 of Secret Invasion. So if you haven't watched it, spoiler warning. The videos and everything, you know how we do it around here. You know what I mean? So I'm going to talk about the new casting. I'm also going to talk about the petition that I started about boycotting the Black Panther game until we find out if T'Challa is the main character. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that because I want to just discuss something somebody brought to my attention. You know what I mean? But you already know what it is. The real question is, hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. You're having a great start to your Wednesday morning. Um, I want to get into this. Um, I want to first get into the casting first for Black. Oh, good lord. For Superman, real quick, if y'all don't mind. Um, I think that there were some cool signings or cool announcements that happened, especially the announcement of Mr. Terrific is now going to be a part of uh the cast. So give me just a second here. Let me go to myself real quick and then I'm gonna load this up. I don't no matter what I do. Okay, but I don't want anybody to. All right, give me just a second. Let me try to find out what's going on. Oh, okay. So I want to go to discussing films real quick. So let me share my screen real quick. My bad. I D Sizzle was in here. What's good, man? What is good? Um, a good old fashioned boycott is needed here. Yes. Um, especially what it's a reason why I'm saying until because I had some people that inbox me. Well, I had a person inbox me, and I want to kind of address what that person inboxed. I'm not going to say their name or anything or whatever, not try to put them on blast, but I'm gonna just express why I jumped into the petition the way that I did. So kind of give you a heads up on the new Superman Legacy news. David Corn Sweat, it has been announced as Superman. He was announced on last week. Rachel Brosnan is Lois Lane. Nathan Fillion, who is a big um, James Gunn friend, buddy. He was just in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was supposed to play originally. He was supposed to be Wonder Man. Is going to play Guy Gardner. Uh, the Green Lantern Guy Gardner. Isabella Merce is going to be Hawk Girl. Ida Eddie. I think you pronounce his name Gathiki. I don't want to butcher that, but that's what it looks like to me. He's going to be Mr. Terrific. And of course, this is This is here. Uh, what they're basing this off of is always based off this comic. And that is who's going to play. Who's been called now. Now, I did see Grace. Grace Randolph say that this looks a lot close to Black Adamish as far as the supporting characters. Of course, he had Hawkman and he had the Atom, and I can't think of the one young lady's name or whatever. She was fine too. But this is what they're saying it feels like. Now, if this now my adventures with Superman just launched on Adult Swim, and I got a chance to watch episode 1. Absolutely enjoyed it. Having Clark be kind of the the type of character, having Clark being kind of, awkward and all of that stuff, and kind of like how he was in the original comics and stuff like that. Because Clark was always different than Superman. You know what I mean? Not more evident than when drunk Superman fought regular Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? And what was that? Superman 3? That was awesome. You know what I mean? But still, you know what I'm saying? I watched the show, really liked it. Um, love what they did. I mean, they made some choices that are probably gonna piss people off. But how many times have we seen a white Jimmy Olsen? Now Jimmy Olsen is either black or he a little brown. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's native of Asian Indian descent. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it was awesome to see, and it was a really good episode. That first episode was really good, got me hooked. So if it's anything like that, I'm all for it. Where Superman is the lead, you have the goofy, quirky. You know what I'm saying? Not so sure if it's Self Clark, and then of course the Superman. You know what I mean? So interesting casting announcements. Still need more Metropolis characters like Lana Lang, John Irons. It's a Superman film after all, and we'll see how that comes. This is just initial you know casting. So I mean, I'm not going to get excited, and I'm not going to get excited for anything until I actually start seeing trailers. Only thing I get excited for early is Deadpool, but it's Deadpool, so you know, it's what I do. That's my guy. I can't help it. It's my favorite character. You know what I mean? So, what do you guys think about the signing? Make sure to put it in the comments below. Okay, so I want to also discuss the the petition. And the reason why I want to discuss the petition is for the simple fact is that um I did have somebody reach out to me, and like I said, I'm not going to say any names or put them on blast or anything like that because I'm just not like that. But he did that. This person did bring up something about bringing this up so early in a wait and see. Um, yeah, don't need a black Jimmy also when they got John Henry Iron still. I mean, I didn't even know this show existed until my man Blue from Blue's House. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to him too, and making sure that y'all watch this on Mondays at 7 o'clock. But I mean, honestly, I didn't know it was. But I'm not gonna lie, I forgot. I forgot Jimmy Olsen was black for a minute and was really enjoying the show. I didn't even give a damn about that after a while. You know what I'm saying? Because the show was so well put together. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of neat. You know what I mean? But okay, so in this petition, I was asked, and we're close to, we got 48 signatures to the goal of 50. So we're close to 50 signatures, which is awesome. And I'm going to make sure that I share this inside of uh no, I'm talking about the new my time with Superman or whatever on Adult Swim, or my something with Superman. It was a brand new cartoon that came out on Adult Swim, and it was actually awesome. Good animation, everything. It was good. I'm not even gonna hate it. It was really good. But okay, so this is gaining momentum. I need, two more signatures to hit 50. And I'm going to link this into every video now. So you're going to see a link to the petition on every single video. But I was asked, why didn't we wait? And I'm going to, let me see, share the tab instead. And I was asked, why do this now? Why not wait until and see what EA is going to do? You know what I mean? Yeah, Supergirl wasn't that good. The movie wasn't that good at all. And this is the reason why I did this now. For far too long, and let me put myself back on screen. I got to put myself back on screen real quick. Hold on. Change the layout. Okay. Let me make sure that I'm looking at the camera and I'm saying this because this is something that I've actually seen with a lot of movements. You know that stuff is going on in society, and a lot of people don't know. I'm gonna just bring this down, so I think it'd just be easier for me to talk from here, so I can still see the camera and everything. But for me, it is so easy for us to get into a mood where we're being reactive to something that we saw. Now, of course, every action causes a reaction, right? Every action causes a reaction. I got to get this right. I'm trying to get it right. So every action causes a reaction, right? They announced a game. There was rumors going around saying the child's not going to be there, but it's going to be a while before the game develops. So I could either wait to see what they do, you know what I mean? And if I don't like it and complain, or, and y'all can disagree with me, D-Sizzle, you can disagree with me, or you could agree with me, or what I could do is jump on this now, expressing my views on why, number one, T'Challa is important. Let me reiterate this so a lot of people could really understand. T'Challa is Black history. He is important. So before this goes into any type of further development, let our voices be loud and understand that we need T'Challa. We need T'Challa because T'Challa is our history. Skip everybody else. I don't care what any. That's our history. The legacy should not die with an actor. You see what I mean? It should not die with an actor. And just because the actor died doesn't mean the character has to go away. George Reeves died tragically, very tragically. The legacy of Superman did not die. Christopher Reeves died. You know what I mean? He fell off a horse and became paraplegic. And then he died later on in his life. They didn't stop the legacy of Superman. You know what I mean? So why is it that we're being so hyperbolic about an actor who is beloved? Beloved. But that role can be recast, and the legacy of T'Challa should live on through another actor. You know what I mean? And for me, I'd rather jump on this now so EA knows exactly why we need T'Challa in this game. Let's not wait. Let's wait and see what happens. No, go on the offensive. You know why my Kansas City Chiefs are so successful? Because they have one of the best offenses in the league. They know Patrick Mahomes can be able to get it to any wide receiver, whether it's Joe Blow Smo or DeAndre Hopkins, it doesn't matter. He's getting them the ball. He knows he can move the ball downfield, whether he got to do it with his legs, arms, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And a good offense beats a great defense. You know what I mean? Because you got to score. If you're not being offensive, if we're waiting to play defense, let's see what they do. Oh, what? They didn't even include T'Challa? Now let me do something. The damage is already done. So why not be offensive instead of and be active instead of reactive and say, hey, look, as a fan, if you're gonna do T'Challa in gaming, which has never been done in a solo game, I want to make sure that T'Challa is well represented. We don't need to create a character. We don't need to have a point of view character. We need T'Challa so us fans of T'Challa can experience playing with a T'Challa in a solo game going against his greatest rogues gallery. Plain and simple. And with the wait and see mentality, I believe that's the reason why Marvel did what they did with Chadwick. If we immediately said, I understand the death of Chadwick Boseman, we had so many plans for him, yada, yada, yada. But this is the reason why we should make sure that the legacy of T'Challa does not die with Chadwick. Now, at the time, we didn't know that they were going to do this. But at the time that they announced it, we should have been vocal in why and point out the factors. You know what I'm saying? So we can push the pressure on Kevin Feige and all of them, and Ryan Coogler and all of them, Nate Moore. You know, we waited, you know, and I get it. E-Man did a great job with his petition. But again, what was the end results? Right? What was the end results? T'Challa Jr. still, no recast. They went on and did what they want to do. So let's get on the offensive now. If we see that this is how it goes, let's start being loud now. Let's start being vocal now. Why wait? Let's do it now. Let's say this is what we're looking at. There's rumors that you're not gonna have T'Challa. There's gonna be a death of a king, and then you know, your created character can just be the protector of Wakanda. That's not how it works. And this is why we need a solo game with T'Challa. Point blank, period, and be loud. The Snyder fans got their wish. The Sonic fans got their wish. Why can't we do the same with our character? That's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say. I feel any fan who isn't a gamer shouldn't speak on exactly. Fans speaking on this who have kids who are gamers is cool day. Yeah, I agree with that. I game, but like, okay, so Black Panther game that I can play as T'Challa to go through his rogues gallery like Spider-Man and Insomniac and Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm all for that. I'm 100% for that. And plus, Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. I mean, man, I love Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. You know what I mean? This stuff was rumored a few years back. It's being I've been gaming since the Atari days. This has never happened before in Marvel video games. Absolutely. I mean, hell, I used to play Joust and call it Dick Tracy, pole position, the old Pac-Man. I don't even want to go there. Results, we got the worst sequel ever. It wasn't good. Checking in to check out. I'll let you later. I haven't even got to the main thing, but make sure that you sign the petition, bro. Make sure you sign the No T'Challa No Sell petition. We need to be able to push this petition. So make sure you do that. But yeah, exactly. Got one of the worst sequels ever. You know what I'm saying? It would have been a good movie if it wasn't. If it wasn't named Black Panther, it would be probably pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I had oh man, I had Pitfall. Did I have ET? No, I didn't have ET. I forgot what I had on Atari. I know I had Pole Position, Joust. You got me thinking. Pole Position, Joust. Pitfaller. I did. No, I didn't. I was about to say I did. I did have ET. I did have ET. I forgot that I had that. Jeez. And I was playing Atari like everybody else was playing Nintendo. I said I had a 7800. Straight 7800 playing on a black and white TV. I did have ET. Because I remember playing a game. We didn't know how to figure out how to be able to play it. I did have that game. Oh my God. Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, let's get off of that. But if you got any questions about the petition, oh yeah, it's the worst Atari game. It's one of the worst games of all time. And Spider Man too. Oh my God, Spider Man. Jeez. Oh, that's all. I was. Oh my God, Ghostbusters. Oh my God. Oh my God. Really bad. Really bad. Really bad. But anyway, now if you have not watched, yes, Spider Man on Atari is 150% garbage pail juice. If you have not watched Secret Invasion yet, leave. You know what I'm saying? Leave now. Leave a thumbs up, but leave now. This is a live chat to talk about Secret Invasion. Spoiler warning ahead for Secret Invasion. I'm letting you guys know that now. Do not come back and be like, man, you spoiling me, you spoiling the show. You spoiling the show. You spoiling the show for it. No, I already told you. Leave now. Get your ass out of here. All right. Let's go over. Now, this is the shortest episode. And I'm starting to I'm torn on this episode in the totality of the show for this main reason. And I'm starting to agree. Ryan Aries talked about this last week. I do wish this was a movie. I do wish this was a movie. And the reason why I wish this was a movie, because uh there is elements that could be used in this show that is just not there, because they didn't have the budget for other characters or something. But of course, I got Secret Invasion, the comics or whatever, and it would be nice to have the Avengers in here that got taken over with Skrulls by Skrulls, that have a flashback or something that these people were Skrulls or something. You know what I mean? Right now, uh I'm not feeling it. Like I like the show. Samuel L. Jackson is amazing. I like the show. Don't get it twisted. I like the show. But I also feel like they should have the Skrulls in here that are at least Avengers or something. I wish they would have had the budget to put these guys in here that are Skrulls. You know what I'm saying? Just get them to be Skrulls. And I think that's what's hurting the show for a lot of people. But that's also hurting a little bit for me, because again, I like the show, and I'm not saying the show is bad or anything like this. Show is very good, but it's like you're missing Thor, you're missing the core Avengers, and Rhodey's cool, and Don Cheadle is amazing in this episode. Him and Sam Jackson is amazing in this episode, but there's just things that are just, to me, that are just missing. You know what I mean? And in hold on, let me go back. I didn't want to start it. Let me go back a little bit. But for me, it's just, I mean, they just going. I'm trying to stop it, but it's just a few things for me that I wish they would have had more of a budget, so that way, we could be able to have the Avengers the way that we need the Avengers. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? It's just, I wish there was other Avengers that showed up. That's all. That's all it is. I just wish other Avengers that showed up. I can't stand folks to do that. If the episode is out for all to see, spoilers is free game. Exactly. Exactly. Agree. This should have been a big budget movie. It's Yeah, Nick is struggling. He needs help. I need a superhero. Yes. And maybe they're saving it for yeah. It's there's things that are missing for Nick to be effective. And there's no Captain Marvel, there's no Shield, there's no nothing. It's just him. And again, I get it because this is like the backdrop of when, the superheroes, the Avengers doing anything, and he's in the background. And I get that. I get that. And I still don't think this is the same Nick Fury. I don't think this is Nick Fury. I don't think this I don't know. I still don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? But, we got to keep going in the show. But in this episode, it starts off with Gaia. We see Gaia has going to the machine. In here you could clearly, I don't know, full screen this. Gaia got the extremist. She went to go get the extremist juice. That's what she went to go do. But before that, she went and got the samples. Let me go back just a little bit. We see her on after being shot by Gravik here, and then you cut to her. Now, what she's doing right here is getting the information from the doctor. I think it's Dalton in this shot. And now she's just getting the extremist juice. I'm calling it the extremist. They already knew she wasn't dead. They showed her in the trailer with Nick's wife. So I already knew she wasn't dead. But she put the extremists in there so she could, to make sure that she could be able to heal. That's what she did it for. And she knew how to be able to, and of course, that's when the extremists kicked in, and she went in and turned the machine. And of course, we try to read this. It said extremist sample ready. Now, this is where it says source sample, and this is actually very, very important to understand that this is the source sample that she got, right? Was the extremist. They also had Cold Obsidian and Frost Beast as the examples also. So the source sample is the extremist. You see how the machine works. It said power transfer, healing abilities, heat strength. You know what I mean? I can't really read the rest of that. But basically this is what the machine is doing is doing in this scene. Yeah, so she went and got she went in the machine, in healed herself. And now I guess we're gonna get more of Gaia going forward. Fix up with Nick or Fury in 2012, literally after the battle in New York. And he goes in and he sees his wife Priscilla. Now, this is interesting because I want to ask you guys a question. Now, she played the long game with him from all the way back when they first met. She was playing the long game with him. She was sent in to kill Nick Fury. Who sent her to kill Nick Fury is the question. Because remember, Gravik was a kid. You see what I mean? If Gravik was a kid, who sent, Priscilla to kill Nick Fury? I mean, she ended up falling in love with him anyway. You know what I mean? But again, that was the question. Now they're having this conversation because, again, she was going to portray him. She was going to portray him. Did she get more than one test tube? If so, she probably got one for her dad, Talos. For what it looks like, she got one she got one tube of the extremist DNA. Actually, I just did that. I just went over it. She got one tube, it then went into the machine. So, and I can see her giving it to Talos. And then again, I want to know who put her next to Fury to be murdered. That's what I want to. That's what I want to find out. So, of course, this is when we find out about old Rhodey, Scroll Rhodey. He comes, sits down. You know what I mean? And they have a good little chat. Yeah, chat. You know, you gonna kill him? Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me kind of get you. Now, it's funny how this conversation went. Let me make sure to bring it up to. I want to take it out of full screen real quick. Because he was like, he DDT'd him off the top rope. The Undertaker, uh, he said, I fired Fury, okay? No, I'm sorry. Correction. I DDT'd that dude from the top rope. I mean, my man is over here having a good. Yeah, James is scroll like surprise. This wasn't a surprise at all. He said, yeah, it was like the Undertaker level. I was really impressed. Actually, I kind of like the style. Now I like the dialogue. The writing in here is really good. But the surprise that Rhodey was a scroll was not surprising. It just depends on how long has he been a scroll is the question. Now, Fury is actually listening to this the whole entire time. Now, I want to get to a point. I think it's before this. And I want to get to the part because they've been setting this man up forever. It says catching a bullet today. You can flip a coin for all I care. Hold on. And he says he's broken. Now she's trying to plea, you know what I'm saying, that he's broken. He ain't the old Fury, you know, the one he was with. But she's been setting him up from day one. And of course, he knew that this was hard to listen to. He's like, we don't need to kill him. He said, Priscilla. He said, somebody gonna die today, basically. Now, this is the thing. The acting in this movie is really good. But who set him up? You know what I mean? Who set Fury? I mean, who set her up to be next to Fury? Because we learned in episode 2 that he was introduced to Gravik through her. If Talos was the general, this is what is confusing so far. If Talos was the general leader of the Skrulls, the Skrull general, then who was it? Him who set up Priscilla to be next to Fury, to get close to him, to understand what's going on? You know, this whole let's show him that we're good guys bit sounds ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, and it's played upon because Amelia Clark's character talks about it, but we don't do the here, let's show him we're a good guy. Hell, I'm gonna be real with you. It is gonna sound real jacked up, but this is the portion where it's time to keep it real. Black people have been disenfranchised in this country, you know what I mean, since its inception. Now, we're a hell of a lot better than where we was in the 1960s, 1950s, 40s, during the Prohibition, during Reconstruction, all of that. But we know Black people, especially our ancestors, know more than anyone. We've tried to play, hey, we're not all bad. Straighten yourself up. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, yada, yada, yada. And where did they get us for a long time? Just being honest with you. So, just based on human history, this was a pipe dream to have Talos even think like this in this. You know what I mean? to try to show them, hey, look, we're good. Man, where's the X-Men at? Because they can tell you, I don't give a damn about you at all. Point blank period. They do not care. You know what I mean? And for Talos to be like, well, if I show them, then I'm a good Skrull. Which, what if this is the setup the whole entire time? Maybe he's playing Gravik so he could be the rebel leader. You know what I'm saying? He gets stabbed. He shows them, hey, we're good Skrulls. I saved the president. But then remember, Fury goes off with the president and leaves Talos there. Wouldn't that piss off Talos if he's trying to show him that all Skrulls are good and I saved your alien saved the president? The screen between Nick and Skrull James, well, with the it was amazing. The scene, I said the screen, but yeah, the scene, yeah. It and it's got to go longer than 38 minutes. It went from like 59 to 58 to like 42 to 38. So the next 2 episodes got to be longer than this. You know what I'm saying? To wrap this thing up properly into whatever, I don't know what they're going to do, honestly. But in this scene, they're getting ready to do a hit on the president and act like Russians. It was like, hey, make sure that we be Russians. And this is, you know, and make it more convincing. Now, in this scene, Guy is talking to Talos. And when I was talking about this pipe dream that Talos was talking about, you know what I mean? It's, I don't need your sorry and pity. Because basically say, I should have never got you into this war. I should have never did this to you. You know what I mean? I shouldn't even brought you here. You know, and he tries to plead his case, but this is what she wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to do it because of him. You know what I mean? Amelia Clark just has these eyes. I'm not gonna lie. Her eyes are pretty. I actually, ever since Game of Thrones, on Amelia Clark, though, boy. Anyway, her eyes are very pretty in this too. But you know, this look of concern on her face. You know what I mean? But is it the only question is where do I belong? That's the only thing that I need from you. And it is a plan. Like if he was a Skrull General, what was the initial plan? To come on Earth, bring everybody here, and then show them that we're good people? That is not how it works. Yeah, they need to read upon the transatlantic slave trade and what happened after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. You know what I'm saying? And what happened 2 years later. You know what I mean? And why we celebrate Juneteenth and why we had to go through Reconstruction and why our land was taken. Not only our land, but the Native Americans were put into little communities, whatever, while the majority of their land was taken. You know what I mean? What happened to a lot of the immigrants that came over to America? Yeah, we need a lot more context than you thinking this is going to be kumbaya session. Yeah, and I do agree with you. It should have been more, and I do agree with what you're saying. It should have been more sprinkled around during this time. He said, but Gravik's already implemented his plan and it works, you know, and he tries to plead with her and say, maybe we can show them we're good guys. First, we take down the insurgency, you, me, Fury. Once that's done, we go to the president and we have a big bargaining chip. And we tell him, guess what? We just saved your planet. Now give me a little something in return. So you know what I mean? So he said the transatlantic slave trade. That's true. The Skrulls need to learn about the transatlantic slave trade. And they would leave planet Earth immediately. They'd be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm straight. There's no way in the hell that I'm coming to this planet. You know what I'm saying? Just look what they do to. If Fury tried to say that, look what they do to each other. Shit, I'm black. What do you think they've done to me? But this was all a pipe dream. This is not how shit works. You know what I mean? Remember, we was promised to set 40 acres and a mule. If you're black, your ancestors was promised 40 acres and a mule. Did we get that shit? No. So why is Talos so naive? He said, and we waited to see what could happen next. All right, that's dumb. I'm sorry. I believe that I could secure amnesty. Now, the only people that literally got amnesty was the ones that was in Norway. You know what I mean? Uh, and that was New Asgard. And that's because maybe Thor is an Avenger. First Wonder Strikes, what's going on? He said, y'all forgetting the blip, half the population were gone. They thought they were cool. Yup. Yup, you're right. It was like, we good. Now, I don't know. It never explained. Zane Beto, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. But they're really thinking they can be able to get amnesty. Nah, son. Nah, son. I'm still, if they got amnesty, I'm going on the, I'm being prejudiced towards Skrulls. Because I want I want the reparations for my ancestors. You see it? And I'm dead serious about that. It said for the 1 million of us to remain. And look at you see that? Don't you want to live in your own skin? And what's funny is that didn't we see this? Now I don't like She-Hulk, but man, wasn't there like what was that shapeshifter? That show was terrible. But there was a shapeshifter in She-Hulk that was going around thinking she was dating Megan Thee Stallion, the one lawyer. You know what I mean? So there's other people. This is why this doesn't make okay. For one, I went back and I watched Endgame, right? And there's a scene in Endgame where they're having the council meeting, right? It's Rocket, Nebula, Rhodey, which was that Skrull Rhodey or not? We don't know. And Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, right? Talking to Natasha. Y'all remember this scene? In that scene, she said there's thousands of planets that this has happened to. You know what I'm saying? Not just here. You're telling me out of 1,000 planets, you couldn't put these mother-loving Skrulls there? Come on. Come on. Something don't smell right. About something ain't right. I feel like Keith Sweat. Something just ain't right. But it said not enough MCU lore on the Skrulls versus the Kree conflict. They're both trying. Jesus is early in the morning. I've been at work all day. Tyrannical alien regimes, yes. Tyrannical. God, man, this is early. I gotta get my brain up. But again, don't you want to live in your own skin? That's like, ain't that's what black people been preaching this whole entire time? Don't you want to live in your own skin? Of course I do. I don't want to be persecuted. But we have to deal with reality. Now, this is a conversation that I feel like, because there's some code switching that was done in here too with Skrull Rhodey. I don't know if anyone picked that up, but when Skrull Rhodey and Fury was talking, he code switched. You know what I mean? He did it on purpose. It's all a ruse, but he code switched on him quick. Come on, man. Help a brother out. Got that more southern accent. You know how it is, brother. You know what it is. You know, go and get some of this little pepe. You know what I mean? But I think this is a play on how a lot of people who, you know, want to just be them damn selves, and to me, gets persecuted for just being who they are. You know what I'm saying? Whether you got to deal with black skin, whether you got to deal, you know, with whatever prejudice is out there, LGBT, you know what I'm saying? Whatever prejudice is out there, you know what I mean? You got to deal with that. And I think this is an allegory for that to me. You know what I'm saying? Without being overly preachy, I think this is what this is. They act like Nick getting blipped was his own fault. Plus, they're salty he failed to find them a new planet. Like, word, let the invasion begin. I'm telling you. What if Talos Planet Gravik and all of this was done to get everybody riled up, and this is a plan from Talos? Like I said, you get more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. So there's some that just don't sound right. There's a twist that's coming that I haven't seen. But again, he said, Gaia, we are a people without a planet. Wasn't we considered black people? You know what I'm saying? They was called, they called us Negroes because negro is a Spanish word. In the first conquistadors was the Portuguese that sent 1 million black slaves to South America, where hi, I have ancestry from. So that uh um native from Central America. They sent 1 million slaves to South America and the islands, and then 365, that survived the slave ship came over to North America. Now, haven't we been told we're a people without a country, without a continent? Our flag doesn't even get flown during Black History Month. We have a flag, right? I kind of feel what they're saying. You know what I mean? I kind of feel what they're saying. I got zero sympathy for these scrolls or the comic versions. What's going on? Brazil and Alino Santos, what's going on? All the way from Brazil, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. I do have I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to pull up my because I'm in the middle of this. It is Honduran and yeah, it's Honduran. That's my South American lineage, goes to Honduras. It's Honduras or something else. But yeah, most definitely Honduran. Yeah. Cuz when I lived in Houston, I got mistaken for a Honduran and they were speaking Portuguese. I had no, or I think it's Portuguese or yeah. I had no idea what was going on. I was just standing there. Like, I have no idea what you're saying. He said we depend on the goodwill of our host. That's not how it works. We just have to show them who we are. You know what I'm saying? Now this echoes what they said to Black Panther. Show them who we are. He said, your country is where your ancestors came from. And my ancient ancestors, based on my Heplo group, which is REM 269, came from Spain and Portugal itself, but without any of the Caucasus Mountains in it. 100% blackety black. I'm holding out hope that that's not the real Taylor. Honduras is Spanish. I do apologize. Yeah, they were speaking Spanish. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea. And I just stood there. It was like, I have no idea what you're saying. Yeah, I've been mistaken for Puerto Rican or Dominican before, but I'm not. Yeah. Hey, the only thing that separates us is our boat stop. Just being real. A lot of us, that's the only thing that separates us, especially after calling FamilyTreeDNA.com. It's especially Dominican. My hair curly? Yeah, buddy. All right, let me skip past this because I don't want to hold you guys forever because I'm kind of getting off subject. He said that's not who I become. Let me get off of this. Let's kind of skip through this. Now, this was good dialogue. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably one of my favorite scenes in the entire show, this episode. For the simple fact is that the way he played it. The way he played it, you're not wearing your red wings. I came from the back. You know what I mean? And they played the Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you know what I'm saying, angle with this. And I gotta let this play because I love this. The way he looked at her, he was like, you just gonna sit up here and lie to me. And she knew it. When that lip started to twinkle, she already knew that that the jig was up. And she didn't want to do it. This is very good acting. He said the reckless things I've done in my life. He said For you are by far and away. This is harsh. The greatest mistake. Her whole entire soul just left her body, son. Done. I love this. I'm not gonna go over all of it, but there is a scene where I'm waiting for like when she says, "How long have you been planning this?" And he loves her. He said, "Knowing you plan to kill me with that pistol of yours." He said, "I don't know if I had a chance to do it over again, did I do anything different?" Because he loved her. He really fell in love with her. Now, would he fall in love with the scroll version of her? I don't know. But they do put the pistols on the table. And they get to, and again, I know people are like, oh, this is boring, all this talking. This is good acting. This is acting, for one, is acting 101. This is acting 101. Now she goes into the story about Priscilla Davis and how she was a woman that was dying, and you know how she took her identity and everything. Look, this is the key part. Let me full screen this. This is the key part. Matter of fact, let me take away the overlay just real quick. This is key. Looking for someone who would slip your defenses. Let me pull this back just for a second because this is key. I had acknowledged to the truth what I actually was doing there in the first place, which was looking for someone who would slip your defenses. So you were playing the long game on me even then. Who set her up to play the long game with Fury? That's the question that I need answered. That's the question that I need answered. How did we get here? Now, again, I'm going to skip past this. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you know, they just talk about how she wanted to give the girl that she took her identity, her body or whatever. She put her out to sea, buried her in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Where my ancestor fell because they know death was better than bondage. Where my ancestor jumped from the ship because they knew death was better than bondage. But dopest line in MCU history. You know, she's like, she made me make 3 promises and not to harm. One of those promises was not to harm Fury. You know what I mean? So they go, and that was never to hurt you. That was number 3. So they go over the poem that they talked about in the beginning scene, and then they turn around. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I thought she smoked him. I'm not even gonna hold you. The way that they cut this scene, it gets this, you know, the tear coming from her eye is really good acting. I thought they smoked each other. Not even gonna hold you. I thought they smoked each other. Keita, what is going on? Miss you up around here, Keita. Glad you was in to hang out. But I miss you in the mornings, Keita. Come back and make sure you come and hang with the brothers. with your peoples. You know what I'm saying? But the way they cut this scene was awesome. And they showed that they just put holes in the wall. He said, I'm not sure if this means we should get a divorce or renew our vows. I do love this scene, though. This was gangster. That smile, this was awesome. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, he still loved her. But he said, would you would have loved me if I never changed? That means if she would have stayed in her scroll form, Woody would have loved her. He said, if I was being my true self. You know, he was like, you know what? I do like you like this, but man, I'm getting the hell up out of here, man. I ain't about to deal with this mess, man. I ain't about to answer this question. Nick, you know what? I guess we'll never know, will we? He said, I guess we'll never know. It's Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Now, this was creepy. I mean, you got the scroll over here, you know. I'm talking about what hair are you washing? The way that they did this scene, what chemicals are you putting in that head? It come to find out, you know what I mean? I don't know if this is a girl or a boy, but it's now it's Rhodey. Creepy. Creepy. But this is one of the best scenes of the whole entire it scared the hell out of him. Fury just sitting there chilling. But this was one of the best scenes of the whole entire. Now, what I do like about this scene, this is Spy 101. So he got the scroll to be comfortable enough, you know what I'm saying, to be able to have a drink with him. Which we come to find out that this drink was a liquid tracker. You know what I mean? And a $5,000 bottle of brandy or bourbon, he was able to get it down there. Had some, what is that, Le Pepe or whatever? He said, should I be worried about poison? Poison? No. Nanotechs. And he just laughed it off. But again, wasn't this what Tony Stark was doing with the with nanotech technology? And this was good acting. When he drunk some. He said, I can't get nothing by you, huh? And again, he code switched. He's now, I really want to squash the beat between us. Stop by. You broke in. I broke in to tell you there are scrolls. Oh, there are scrolls inside the U.S. government. I think I can do a good impersonation of Nick Fury. There were scrolls. That is a scroll that's very close to the president. The liquid tracker is yeah. The liquid tracker is a slick Nick tactics. I've been wanting for that was dope. I'm not gonna lie. He's been using top flight tactics before this. Yeah. I love this. I'm not gonna lie. Love this scene. This is the best. It was like this was the best episode to me. I think it was episode 2 I liked, but that's because we got to sit with Gravik and know his, I don't know, and know his plan. But basically, he has all the information on Fury, and because Gravik is the one who shot, all of that was planned to be able to what you call that, to blackmail Fury. You know what I mean? So of course he shows him, he drinks it, and they show the scene here where from episode 1 where Gravik is the one who shot Maria Hill. But he said, if you just leave me alone, we don't got to go through this. We ain't got to go through this, brother. And he said, and this was you. Now he said, you gonna tell people the aliens did it? A 6 foot, what did he say? A 6 foot tall, bald, brown brother with an eye patch? That's the one who did it? Yeah. Okay. See what you get with that, brother. I mean, you know what I mean? He got this all on here. Now, let me go back in. Nick did have his glass. Now, if you notice, there's a Nick with glasses, and there's a Fury with glasses and a Fury without glasses. You know what I mean? I still something about this. If they do a big old twist at the end, you know what I'm saying? Then this show was going to be worth it. But I guess I'm waiting to go there. We got 2 more episodes left. Episode 5 next week, and then the season finale is going to be the week after that, the end of July. Of course, we're getting ready for Ahsoka 2 in August. So yeah, we're going to be coming back with these same breakdowns with Ahsoka 2. And I need all my Star Wars nerds, blurs, geeks, and freaks. I need y'all to come out. You know what I mean? Because I'm cool with Star Wars, but man, them names, boy, that's like Game of Thrones. But basically, the president knew when he started rambling at the mouth that my man was drinking a little bit. He was like, man, you need a breath mint. You know what I'm saying? With a half bottle of bourbon. Yeah, you need to go ahead and get some coffee in your system, brother. You know what I'm saying, brother? Now, of course, at the beginning of the episode, we knew that Gravik was going to attack the president in his convoy. You know what I'm saying? Disguise themselves as Russians. So this is basically the attack on the president. And Scroll Rolly set this up. The explosion come down. The president, you know what I'm saying, getting flipped over. I mean, he's in an armored car, so he's good. He's good. Maybe a little knocked out. Maybe you got a concussion, but you're good. Now, the action in here was pretty good. All Star Wars talk. I'm down for all. Yep, all Star Wars talk. So yeah, Ahsoka going to be in August, and I do like this. There's a really good action scene. You know what I'm saying? The president is just a little bit woozy. You know what I mean? But they're trying to protect the president, and this is where Gravik and his men, go all out war. My man just sitting there. Y'all notice this? Scroll Rhodey just chilling. Nobody saw this suspicious in the car. I love this action scene though. And let me just give Kingly Ben Asir his props for being a badass in the show. You know what I mean? Even if they don't do what's his name, Kurt, as a Super Scroll, I would love for Kingly Ben Asir to continue with this character. I just think he's a badass. I loved him in One Night in Miami. He's going to be playing Bob Marley. This kid, he's not a kid, grown ass man, but this guy is a star. This guy he just has a something about him that I really like. You know what I mean? This felt like a Mission Impossible ambush sequence. This was a firefight, and this should have killed the president, honestly. This was awesome. Amazing. Again, why was in the military? You know what I'm saying? 50 feet back when the president, I've watched a presidential convoy come through. It ain't, no. There's military personnel there, Secret Service, the whole nine. I mean, you're not just getting away with this one. But this was awesome. You know what I mean? To shoot down the choppers. This was awesome. I will give him this. This kid is, I keep calling him a kid. He's not a kid. You know what I mean? But this was where some of the special effects budget went to. This scene here is where the special effects budget came to. Now, Fury is coming in right here in this vehicle. You know what I'm saying? He's coming in, him and Talos, go get the heat. Pop the trunk, cuz we gonna get the heat. And he said, Fury's there, Fury. Now they're talking to him in Russian to make it seem like this is a Russian attack. You know what I mean? Like I said, this sequence was amazing. This was really good. Very well done. Love this action scene. And the president just over there, just defenseless. So him and Talos go in, start knocking, you know what I'm saying, knocking heads. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is what we've been waiting for. Let me pull it back just a little bit. We've been waiting for. He knew Fury was there. Oh, snap. My daddy's there. Daddy Scroll. The way he walked, I'm sorry. I think this is awesome. Watch the way he walked up, though. Watch the way he walked up in the middle of the fight. Now, motherfucker, I know you, I bet the group power. I squeeze you half to death. Have you ever seen Anaconda? Have you? Well, feel these vines, bitch. Squeeze a man to death. Dead. Fury said, enough of this. And went out, started shooting folks. And I'm not going to lie. It was like, Fury's here. And if you know Fury's there, Talos is there. And again, this is when the military start popping up. You know what I mean? And he started breaking down trying to break the door to get to the president. Start punching. And look, my man said, nope. Boom. Hey, tell me this. Is it me, or does he look like like best choice Mark Warburg. This dude. Tell me if he doesn't look like the Walmart brand or what is that? Sam's Choice? Mark Warburg. Maybe that's just me. Facts. When Obama used to come to my city, they rode extra deep. Nah, they don't play. They don't play when it comes to the president. So, I mean, they were deep, but I believe that there's going to be military personnel around. But my man looked like just, I don't know, just off brand Wonk Wahlburn to me. And he was like, kill shot, bow. But he caught him in the shoulder. Okay, this is what, okay. Help me understand, show this. I think this is one of the problems that I had with the show. He got a shoulder, he got a flesh wound. Remember when on All About the Benjamin when Mike Epps just got a flesh wound in the shoulder? This all this is a flesh wound in his arm. Right? Just a flesh wound. When he caught it right in the he started changing. I didn't get this. I didn't get this part. I didn't get this part because again, I mean, he caught one in the chest. I thought it was in his shoulder, but it's right on the outside of his shoulder. To me, it's on the pause. This is on the out. Let me full screen this. Yeah, Captain America: Winter Soldier was more tricked out. Yeah. It said the editing was a little sloppy at the end. But hold up real quick. Let me full screen this real quick. This is where now, I don't know how Skrull DNA, their anatomy works. I mean, they did open up a Skrull. The Russo brothers opened up the Skrull in Captain Marvel. Or was that one of the Russo brothers? I don't know. But anyway, this doesn't look like a kill to me. Does this look like a kill shot to y'all? For the simple fact that he started reverting back to his form? Or does this seem like the plan that he had the whole entire time, even if he was trying to convince Gaia that this was the plan? Let the humans see a Skrull. The ultimate way you invade again is by being sneaky. So y'all put it in the chat. The ultimate way for Talos' plan to work effectively is for him to be shown saving the president in his Skrull form. He's faking the fuck, man, bro. How many Skrulls have been on here that the guy straight shot and immediately a flesh wound? A flesh wound. To me, this doesn't even look like something that would revolt you to be in a Skrull. Right? And again, remember, let's go back and understand that Priscilla was sent to infiltrate Fury at the very beginning. Talos was the Skrull general. Let me put all of this together. Talos was the Skrull general. I told y'all he was the main villain of this show. I don't care what nobody says. Talos was the Skrull general. Let's put it all together. He sent Priscilla to infiltrate, to be next to Talos. I mean, I'm sorry, next to Fury, right? He did that. Why? Because there was only 19 of them, and guess who was one of the 19? Priscilla. So if you're telling me that you knew in the beginning that Talos was a Skrull general, he's the one who got all these people in the positions that they're in now because Gravik wasn't he just became the Skrull general. So who was the Skrull general before? He was. Who had everybody that was placed in power positions? He was. His whole speech to Gaia was, hey, let them, this is the bargaining chip. I can show you that I'm saving you in my true form. And then when they see that, they will like me. They will understand that, yeah, I saved you. I did this. Remember, I the one who did it. I saved the president in my true form. Then he's along with Gravik. Gravik basically in any, if you're really trying to infiltrate, you have a pocket that's trying to cause the chaos. The chaos overshadows the secret organization that's sliding right on in. I'm just saying, they're showing you this now. And that's why I think this ain't the Fury that we know. I believe the Fury that we know is on that space station. It's either his life model decoy, if they go there, the LMD, or that is another scroll that's been along with Talos this whole time. So if they do a double switch, Fury been on this shit the whole entire time. This is the only way that this makes sense. This is what I mean by this surprise moments aren't very surprising. This is the only way they can get it done. To me, if you don't do it like the way that I'm talking, the setup is there. The setup is there. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is literally getting easier and easier to figure out. But if they go that route, again, hold up. Look at, let me go back. Like, did I go back too far? Now they're in the middle of the firefight. Now you see him start to turn. My man got a headshot. But when he falls over after the, now mind you, okay, why is this, doesn't it seem awkward to y'all that right here he's clearly transforming to a scroll form from a shot in the shoulder? This is a scroll general, right? Now, for everybody who was like, man, the scrolls without the hair, there you go. You got a little bit of the mix. This is actually kind of creepy. I'm not even gonna lie. That's kind of scary. But he allowed, because if Talos allows Gravik to do his thing, so then he can look like more of a hero because he's taking out these people in front of Fury, right? Playing Fury, but also showing the United States government, you know what I'm saying, in his interest, along with the president, hey, in my scroll form, I saved you. I saved you. And again, everybody's like, oh, Ben Mendelsohn is just, he's so much of a hero. Man, you got to have the twist where he's not the hero. That looks creepy. That dude looks like a Green Keebler elf. I don't know if Nick has been on this station this whole time, then that would be the purpose of this. Then what would be the purpose of this show? To find out who exactly, who do you trust? Is it the scrolls that tried to infiltrate us? I mean, because in the trailer they showed us two different Nick Furies. So again, this is where I'm trying to see where this goes. Again, this is all speculation. I'm spitballing. I'm literally just spitballing. But if he's getting all the intel of what's going on, you know what I'm saying? You know, I can understand why he would want to make sure that this gets stopped where he doesn't even have to be there. But again, didn't they do the LMDs in the comics? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I got to see how this goes. But remember, if he saves the president, right, and he gets left with all the United States government seeing a scroll. Now, I don't believe this is the first time the United States government has seen an alien. You know what I mean? And they tripped out. Oh, snap, he's an alien. But he got the president out of the vehicle. Now, again, he's over there reverting to his scroll form over a shoulder shot. Like, let's be real. A shoulder shot wouldn't kill a human. A shoulder shot, that makes Talos a genius. Because look at it like this. The president got escorted. He seen him with a you know what I'm saying, with with the scroll, right? Now remember again, he said to Gaia, if I show them who we are and just show them that, hey, we're the good guys. You know what I mean? We're the good guys. Then, you would give us amnesty. We could be able to live in this planet in harmony. So again, now the president is kind of in and out of it. But again, how did he know that this was Gravik? Now, again, watch where I want y'all to watch. First of all, he's looking dead directly at him. And I don't know about y'all, but now he shoots him. Okay, he shot Gravik. Now, this is what I'm saying. He shot Gravik, right? Gravik immediately turned into, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you stupid. He immediately turned into, his human form, right? Look where he shot. He stabbed him in the same wound. He stabbed him in the same wound. Seriously? Look, it's almost like it's poetic, like he wanted him to do it. Because even if I show Nick a fake death, because this, again, is who do you trust? If Nick Fury's wife was set to kill him, what do you think Talos is there for? You think Talos was just there just to be this dude's buddy? Why do you think he... Go back to Captain Marvel, the movie that D Sizzle doesn't like. The movie that D Sizzle like. Remember in the room where he pulled the jewels and he was drinking that soda? Build a wall was a trigger phrase. Yes, it really was. But remember when he was drinking his soda like Jules on Pulp Fiction, and he was like, "Come on, man! I just want to show you what I am in my true form. And if you show, I could be able to show you that we just want a new home, man. That's it. That's all. That's all we want to do, man. Is just get a new home." Bullshit. You wanted Earth. And the only way you can do that was get close, you know what I'm saying, to one of the greatest people who could be able to elevate his career so it elevates you at the same time. That's what I believe. And if this show doesn't do that, it's a massive disappointment. But he stabbed him he stabbed him literally in the same spot. And he hit him with the extremist, you know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh, dog, that ain't nothing." "Oh, what? What?" I know. Ain't gonna lie. Don't you wish Samuel L. Jackson was like, "I know this motherfucker didn't heal." Man, I should have called the Avengers. His whole face is done. He was like, "Man, hop on the back of this bike." Whee! Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Do you really believe that he to the shoulder? Dog, we getting played. So he drives off with the president. All the military is there. Special guest star Kobe Smulders. She was not in this episode. Unless she was the Skrull Rhodey. Because she wasn't in this episode. It's just weird that they had her as a special guest. It's very weird. Very weird. And she was not in this episode at all. Unless she was that Skrull that turned into Rhodey. I don't know what you guys think, man. Put it in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. This was a good episode. Short, but it was a good episode. Anyway, let me go ahead. You already know what it's time for.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
Thank you guys for stopping in and kicking it with me on this breakdown. What do you guys think about the new announcements for DC? What do you guys think about the petition? Make sure that you sign. If you haven't signed the petition, go ahead and check out the petition. Let's go ahead. Where my outro at? Let me get out of here before they kick me off. If you came to this part of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little bit more personal with me, make sure that you follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher.